our latest valuation would be 12 million.
This is Ethan. He's the kind of guy that will spend one day deep diving into AI and the next flying a plane just for fun. Born and raised in a small town in Ireland, Ethan was the kind of kid that was always curious about how things work. He started off building websites for local businesses while he was still a teenager, and ended off building a fully automated marketing agency off the back of that. Now he's building Naviro, a platform he calls the Bloomberg Terminal for marketing. It uses AI to help founders, startups, and creators make smarter decisions, and it's already valued at over $12 million. But what's interesting about Ethan isn't just the tech. We spent the day with him to understand how he thinks, how he's building Naviro, and what keeps him pushing despite all the success he's already achieved. So we're here with Ethan today. How are you doing?
How are we doing?
Yeah, awesome weather today.
I know, rare for London.
Exactly. We're going to be hanging out with Ethan today. We'll ask him some insightful questions. He always has insightful answers. We'll see how it goes.
Let's do it. Hey, Ethan. Lovely. I'll just throw something in the boot if that's okay.
Who is Ethan, bro? Like, who are you in, say, let's start at like high school.
High school. We can go before high school.
Okay, let's do that.
So I grew up in a tiny town in Ireland, south of Ireland, Kinsale. And what I did was I was like, hey, this website stuff is really kicking off. And so I started building websites for businesses and restaurants in the local town. I didn't charge them. And I left it at that. And then a few months later, they all realized like, wait, we need content. We need to put content on our site. And I was like, yeah. So I'm here. And so that's why I started charging them. And so I started building like super simple content for them. The website was there and started to snowball this into what became known as my first marketing agency. And it was over time, I'd say, so that started when I was about 12, 13. Then by 15, I was introduced to advertise like online ads. Yeah. Way before the whole saturated e-commerce.
What
SMMA.
year was this?
2015.
Oh, good year, yeah. Just before the boom.
Yeah. Ads changed a lot then, but we started building up campaigns and we were like, oh my God, this is really going to be something. And then I needed to go to college or university. I'm not too sure. I think it's called university. Yeah. And that's when I was like, well, I'm going to have to automate this. I'm going to have to figure out a way to automate what I do so I can study in uni, but also pay for it. And so that began the like second iteration of this agency, which was the bringing tech in to speed things up. I used to be big into my tennis when I was younger. It just kind of took too much time. Like I was training so often, like I say when I was younger, like I was like 12, 13.
Okay.
And like was playing to the kind of professional level, like playing nationals and stuff like that. And
wow.
It was just like my whole life revolved around tennis. And that was when I stopped loving the sport.
Right.
So I stopped playing.
Yeah.
And it was only when I moved to London, I started to love it again.
Yeah.
And it was because I wasn't playing it.
You were playing it
for competition.
So this Burton Court is part of Royal Chelsea Hospital, I'm pretty
Sure, which is that building behind there.
Okay.
No, it's good. There's like, because London, it's so difficult to find tennis courts to play on as well. There's so many of them, but they're in such high demand.
High demand, yeah.
So this is handy. How are we doing?
Hi, how are you?
Jack, nice
Emmanuel,
to meet you.
lovely to meet you.
Emmanuel, nice to meet you.
Emmanuel, nice
James,
to meet
nice
you.
to meet you. Hi, I'm
How are
Jack.
you?
Nice to
Oh
meet
yeah,
you.
great to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. You know, I played paddle on another episode. That was decent. Tennis is going to be a lot harder, but hopefully with the expertise I built up in the paddle, hopefully some of that expertise will translate. It remains to be seen. Oh, I'm so finished.
That's your racket.
How am I supposed to serve? Yeah, something like that.
You want to like basically go up, down, and up, like swoop up.
Up.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Woo! Shot. Dude, for someone who's never played tennis before, fair play.
Don't jinx it. That marks the end of my cameo. Thank you. Ethan actually told me that like this racket has a problem. But I think all in all, a solid performance considering I was handicapped. What even is Naviro in the first place, I guess?
Are you familiar with the Bloomberg Terminal?
Yeah. A one-stop shop full of like economic information.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly. It's the kind of control center
Uh-huh.
for anything to do with the finance industry. In short, we're trying to build the Bloomberg terminal for digital marketing. A lot of people approach marketing in a very wishy-washy way, in the sense where it's a industry where you can put a lot of money into it and not necessarily know where it goes.
Yeah.
And that's what fundamentally annoyed me when I was in it. And so that's what we upturned. We were like, well, let's figure out how we actually make this quantitative. How do we track it? How do we know what's moving the dial? How do we figure out what we need to double down on? And so that's what we built out. And like the idea, and I guess why the traction is with Naviro, is because the standard has changed in the sense where you are expected to be everywhere at any one given point in time. You need to be posting across all channels. You need to be addressing all trends. You need to be addressing all news. You need to be engaging with the audience. You need to be connecting the dots in all these different parts to actually serve the end goal you have, whether it be sales or foster an audience that of monetary or emotional value. And it's difficult. It's difficult to do it, but because it's become the standard, if you're not doing that, you're below average.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make that level of marketing accessible and a no-brainer to literally anyone who has knowledge to share.
Yeah.
So founders, operators, musicians, brands, creators, literally everyone.
Yeah.
We started off in music, but we realized that, hey, this applies to everyone with an identity.
Let's say I'm a content creator. Let's
Yeah.
literally use me and we founders.
Yeah.
If I wanted to, why should I use Naviro?
So you plug in your name. That's it. Don't need any sort of logging into anything or any sort of that. We go off and we figure out, okay, who is Emmanuel? What are you doing? What's your story? And we do all that heavy lifting, and we come back to you and we're like, well, here's what we think. Here's what we think, where we think you're positioned and where we think you're going.
Yeah.
And you can change that if we got something wrong. We don't tend to get anything wrong a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And then starts okay, this is the plan. This is your goal. This is how we're going to get you there. Whether that means this is the type of content pillars you have, and making sure you hit every mark. So week on week, you need to make sure that if I've said 30% is going to be lifestyle content, or 40% is going to be, I don't know, founder-related content, making sure you're hitting those marks. I always bring back the analogy of like a blueprint. When you're building a house, you start with plans, and you brick by brick put those individual plans together, and it forms a house. A lot of people approach content and digital marketing in a very like, oh, put a brick there, put a brick there, put a brick there. Yeah, you will eventually get a house. It's not going to be a very good house. It's not going to be very stable.
Yeah.
So that's the way we like to think of Naviro. Naviro is that blueprint, but also the, hey, put a brick there. Telling you what to do, and you just do it. You don't have to stay on top of like, oh, what's trending in my industry? Because we'll tell you. We'll just say, hey, this is trending today. You should form this content. What would be one of your interests that you'd keep an eye on?
I'm just a business geek. Like I like...
So anything to do with business.
Yeah.
So our system would keep an eye on anything in that realm. And if anything comes up and our system's like, oh, that will apply to Emmanuel's brand, it'll be like, oh, he could maybe do this bit of content, or maybe put out this tweet, which showcases his expertise and his knowledge and puts his twist on it, but addresses something that's actually relevant.
Yeah.
So it's eliminating writer's block, but also keeping your finger on the pulse in every aspect of the industry you're in.
Interesting. Kind of taking the guesswork out of like content creation.
Yeah.
Well, let's go grab a coffee. Do you even want a coffee in this weather? Maybe
Iced
like
coffee, I think it is.
Yeah, okay. Let's go do that.
Or matcha. Total overrated London lifestyle.
You were talking about how you get the data and how you're able to take the guesswork out for people.
Yeah.
So you're very deep in the AI space. It's kind of fair to say.
Yeah.
What's one thing people get wrong about AI, do you think?
A lot of people think AI is something it's not. And what I mean by that is, I was doing a bit of shopping and I walked past the TV the other day and I was like, it said built-in AI. And I was like, what is built-in AI in a TV? And that is the problem. It's become a buzzword. Everything everyone does, it is like a buzzword. You hear, oh, that's AI, or it's not. It's just like basic tech.
You were saying something earlier about like how you think the next 6 to 10 months or something like that is the only time where we can basically build companies as huge as like Salesforce, but like with one person.
Yeah.
Is that hyperbole? Like, is that you like? Do you actually think that's possible?
Oh, 100%. Like, I think in the next 6 months we're going to see the first $1 billion company, but one person. So it's all the thing to build a unicorn company, valuation of over $1 billion. But it's never been done by one person. And then the next thing is, well, when's the next $1 trillion one-person company? I'd say give it a max of 2 years. And that's, I think, the shift that we're seeing nowadays is it's like you no longer need the overhead, the resources, the manpower to build the value that previously would have been worth $1 billion. Or that is worth $1 billion.
You say this, right? And like I can imagine like a bunch of people would hear this and just go like, you don't know what you're talking about, like that's not possible. But like I've watched, do you know Greg Eisenberg by any chance?
Name rings a bell, but I don't know if I'm directly familiar.
Big on like startups, helping founders do stuff, big nerd on the internet essentially.
Okay.
And like he was walking a couple of founders through like AI agents and just what all their capabilities mean and how you can replace salespeople and replace marketing people and so on and so forth. How do people go about educating themselves? Because I feel like I'm in the middle. I'm like a midwit on AI. It's like I know a lot of people that know a lot about AI, so I have insight into it.
Yeah.
But like I also know a bunch of people who know almost nothing on how it's progressing. What's the best way to go about learning and getting up to speed?
With any new technology, my thoughts on it is always pick an anchor. And you always pick an anchor based on something you know, which generally tends to be something you love or like doing. And a lot of people won't have the knowledge on it to know if they can solve it. But the one thing that will is ChatGPT. Plug it into ChatGPT and be like, I run into this problem often. I would love to know my technique or how to improve my technique while playing tennis, but it could be very short notice. I'd prefer like it to be an application on my phone. Can I do this using AI in a simple, non-technical way? I'm not a coder. ChatGPT will tell you how to do. And that's where you can go down the rabbit hole of you don't know necessarily how you're going to build it, nor the technology, but you know the problem, and you know what the solution looks like now, and you're going to keep on going until you solve it.
Until you solve it, yeah.
That would be my approach to something that is so moving so quickly and so ambiguous and so many question marks.
Yeah.
Find the anchor, and then do everything around that. There's also a second approach. Take something that's working and figure out how AI can make it better. So, for instance, I was going on about how I've potentially broken my Whoop, but one thing this does is it gives me so much data on my health, it's like a biocheck, but it's all limited to the app. So what I did was there's this thing, Whoop has an API. Think of it like just a way of connecting into every application via code. Yeah. You can pull whatever data you need. So what I did was I hooked the Whoop API and I pulled all the data I needed. And then I hooked it up to an AI agent that was trained on everything about me and what I do. Yeah. And then I gave the agent the ability to check my calendar, the ability to check my location, the ability to check everything I've done in the week. And I gave it all my sleep data, my blood pressure, my stress levels, everything. And I let it do a deep analysis of how am I going to improve next week. So every Sunday, I'll get in my Notion a biocheck. And it will be like, okay, you did this. This caused a bit of stress. You didn't wear your sleep glasses before going to bed. That had an impact on your latency when you're falling asleep. So don't do that. So all these really specific things that I never would actually uncover.
How exactly does Naviro make money? Do you charge subscription fees or how would this work if I want to?
So we've got two models. The first was our way of entering the market, which was B2B.
Okay.
So working with the biggest names in music, but not even just the biggest names, the labels above them. So working with the labels of the world, like your DJ, all the management and labels above. So then the value trickles down to the artist. So they effectively pay the bill, artists get the value. Mm-hmm. So that was our initial model until we captured the majority of those labels. And we were like, oh, okay, well, let's think bigger. And then we realized, hey, we apply to founders, operators, and what we coined is it's not B2C. It's not business to consumer. It's actually, we call it B to small b or lowercase b, where it's like, it's us serving the startups, the side hustles, the founders, the operators, the ones that are not really individuals because they're building something with more than just them, and they have something to say. And so that was our focus now. And super simple pricing model. We were like, well, we have the big companies there. That cost saving can be passed down to the B2Cs, B2Bs, B to small Bs. And so it's just like it's literally just $49 per identity per month. When you think about a retainer on a marketing agency is like minimum like 4 or 5K.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like absolute no-brainer. So that's how we work. It's like you have your B2B, then you have your B2C or B to small b, and different pricing models, different offerings. So the enterprise are a hell of a lot more data. It's all about like aggregating these numbers. How is everything performing and is it working? Whilst the individual offering is more about individual growth. Like, are we actually gaining traction online, and is it the right type of traction? So then it's just a numbers game.
For sure.
Margins are very high because if you know how to build AI well or integrate with AI well, not just like feeding things into a model, you can be efficient about it. And so you're going to be getting your 90% margins.
Nuts.
And then all you do is just step by step, subscription by subscription. Then you introduce referral systems. And then
that's pretty crazy.
Everyone gets a slice of the pie. Because like it's affordable. It's anyone who's trying to give something a shot can make this a resource of theirs.
No, that's brilliant. Speaking of money, like we talked about this earlier, like you were just like, it's not just about money. There's clearly a larger mission, but what's it worth right now?
So our latest valuation would be 12 million. Definitely, yeah. No, it would be higher, but if we're talking especially officially speaking, it's 12 million.
That's pretty substantial.
So to go from 0 to 12 in less than a year,
it's pretty
good.
It's pretty ridiculous. Yeah.
I'd like it to be faster.
Yeah.
But you're always going to want it to be faster.
Where are you trying to scale to? I guess. Like, is this something you want to exit?
Definitely. We're building to exit, and I think for me, it's about getting it in the hands of the right people and creating that value, and then our food's here. It's all good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. No worries.
That's
Much appreciated.
Nice.
It does look good. He literally went, "Excuse me, can I just have like a side of mashed potatoes?" You'll get ahead.
It's wasps.
No, like it's actually insane. What's the biggest way money has changed your life, would you say?
Experiences. Like 100%. I think that's the biggest thing. Like I kind of look at like you can do the things that it wouldn't even have crossed your mind as a thing you could do.
Yeah.
Like I look at like year on year, just the amount of experiences and like just the spontaneity you can have in life.
Yeah.
It's like if we want to go to just having the ability if someone texts me, they're like, oh my God, we're going to, I don't know, San Tropez tomorrow. We'll go to Berlin tomorrow. We can be like, I'm down. And that doesn't just come from money. That comes from actually just like creating a lifestyle which works for you. Like my work, I can be anywhere in the world provided I hit a couple different time zones.
Yeah.
It'll work. And so I think a lot of people don't really need to chase the money.
Yeah.
I think you need to aim for the lifestyle, chase the lifestyle, hit the lifestyle, and then maintain the lifestyle. It's like that's everything. Like a lifestyle is what you
actually want. Yeah, I think a lot of people think money is like the answer, but it's just like if you're making $100 million a year, but like you have to be in an office, and you have to work to it requires your physical presence, and like you're working all the time. You don't have the freedom to enjoy it as much and have experience.
Exactly.
So what's an unpopular opinion you have on entrepreneurship?
If you need a 3-hour morning routine, your business model is dead. The amount of times I'm like, I got up at 4 a.m. and did XYZ, and I'm like, then I started work at 10 a.m. I'm like, that's 6 hours of being awake.
Yeah.
It says a lot, and maybe I blanketed it, but for me, it's like, if I get up early, I get the main things. I'm not getting It's inquisitive.
I'm fighting for my life.
Yeah, I mean, the morning routine, I think it's like, when I get up early, I'm not getting up to do the things I love. I'm doing the things to make the future easier, if that makes sense. Like, if today and these days aren't hard, like you're making your future harder.
Yeah.
If these days feel easy, your future is going to be hard. And if you're going to get up early, and I'm a big advocate for getting up early, make it worth it. A lot of people think, oh my God, if I tick off all these boxes and stuff like this, it's great, I'll make it. I'm like, no, you won't.
Are the activities you're doing early in the morning moving the needle forward?
Exactly. Well, that's everything. I think everyone needs some metric. Some, not to be businessy, but KPI.
Yeah.
And like, I love it because it's like, you can look back at the end of the week and you can think, oh my God, I did so much. And then look at your KPI and be like, I moved the needle. Or I didn't move the needle. Okay, why didn't I move the needle? Why did that not work?
Again, really? This is harassment. This is straight up. Final question.
Yeah.
Because you were talking about experiences and everything, and you've lived quite a life.
Yeah.
Would you say it's worth it? Like, all you did in order to build all of this?
I feel like it's not worth it if you need balance. It is worth it if you need meaning. That would be my consensus on it. In the sense where, for me, and maybe it's just me, but like, I need a North Star. I need something to be like, that is what we're trying to get to. And everything I do, whether it is related to that, say business goal or like lifestyle goal or money goal or like relationship goal or something like that, it'll all tie back indirectly. And I think it just makes everything a lot more clear. Say my goal was to hit certain metric with the company. And then I go play tennis. Well, it doesn't seem attached, but then you think about, okay, I'm going to be in a much better headspace. I've got my exercise in. I'm going to be able to focus more. My Whoop is going to tell me that.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to get back and be able to actually output a hell of a lot more, feel a lot better. I actually think it is moving me towards that goal.
Yeah.
And you start to think about that. Like everything you do, you're like, oh, do I have that pint? Do I have that glass of wine? Yeah, there's a time and a place for it. But sometimes you're like, well, I want to make tomorrow a really good day. So actually, I'm going to hold off on that. And it actually makes it a lot easier to make those decisions rather than kind of feel like, oh, it doesn't matter. So that would be my 2 cents on it all. If you want meaning, it's worth it.
That's it. Day done. Oh, thank you so much, man.
What a day.
Great day, great insights. We're going to do a part 2 for sure.
100%.
Yeah, we're going to be flying. Ethan's going to fly.
We'll fly somewhere.
I don't know where.
Cool.
We'll fly somewhere. I'll manage to pay for at least one meal this time. I'll catch you guys later. Once more, really appreciate you, bro.
No, you too. Thank you.